Okay, so this sculpture is called Muse, and then in parentheses, Viennese core or Wiener core, which is actually why I chose it because that was really funny to me. But that's immature of me. Anyway, it is in the Kunsthistorische Museum in Vienna, Austria. But it was probably sculpted or whatever in Rome. The artist responsible is unknown, but the medium of work, it's marble, obviously, and the period of work is Roman. I really couldn't find very much information on this piece of art because basically all the information that I could find on it was like about the clothing, about parts of it, not about the history of it. Like they talk about how the fabric was sculpted and what she was holding, and not really about like what was going on historically at the time. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But like I said, the defining characteristics about this work that I noticed were that she's holding what looks to be like a flute or something. So that was interesting. That I like, what's the reason? And I found out later on, and I'll get to that later. But my personal observation is that I really love the way the fabric is sculpted. If you've seen those sculptures where it makes the fabric look like sheer, like they're able to make it look sheer, it reminds me of that. Obviously it's not completely sheer like that, but just like the way the folds are represented, it's very beautiful to me. And I chose it because, I already said this, I chose it because the title of the work, it made me laugh a little. I had a little giggle in the museum about that. And compared to other works within the period, the motifs, this is what I found in my research, that the motifs in this particular sculpture are not Roman, but they're Greek. But it was created during the Roman era. So that's kind of the confusion there. And a fun fact is that the flutes were added later. They were actually not the things that used to be in her hands. We don't know what she was originally holding, but they just added flutes, which is so silly.